I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sun rises, when the sun
Wait a minute. Testing. I turn. Nope. Hold on. It says I'm putting out audio. Can y'all hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hold on. We gotta fix this.
Yeah, they can hear you.
I was getting an echo for a second. Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed. Okay. Whew. There. The echo is gone now, right? The echo is gone now. Y'all let me know that part first. Y'all, it's so much going on this morning. Every morning this happens. And we try to do a show.
Whispering through the microphone over there.
Oh, hey. Because, okay, welcome, y'all. Welcome. The echo is gone. It sounds good. Look, Naomi's here. All right. Y'all have no idea. For some reason, podcasting is cursed. It happens with the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast every morning. I mean, every afternoon we try to go live, or every evening. It happens. Now we're multi-streaming. We're across like 1 million different platforms right now.
Good morning.
Naomi's echoing for some reason. We can't figure out. We're trying to troubleshoot. It sounds like she's talking into a can. And it does. And for some reason, there were voices like coming through. Naomi, what?
It was like
Look, she was like, "Do you have the spirit box on?" I'm like, "No, why?" So good morning, y'all. Did y'all see? And oh, Naomi, somehow TikTok is here. I didn't hit the switch. The software just was like, bring TikTok in. So
Good
hey
morning,
TikTok, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Right.
Yeah, I told it was Annabelle.
I don't know. Kenny, Skybox Kenny in the chat says it's Annabelle. I don't know. I don't know. Look, Big Glow over on TikTok is like, yo, yo, yo. I did not mean to invite y'all. Not saying I have anything against y'all. Not saying that. But speaking of Annabelle, so you know, over on Hoodoo and Hanks, we talked about Annabelle, right, Naomi? And she was supposedly lost. So how about the people that came forward like, Annabelle ain't lost, she's right here. And they're showing like a selfie view of her inside the containment field.
I saw them. They said, and then they had this little hand-drawn picture. Said Annabelle's about to be in what, Kentucky or Tennessee somewhere.
Annabelle going on all kinds of tours. And
Everybody on tour. All the artists is on tour. Everybody on tour because they need the money.
You know what it makes me wonder though? Who is the real Annabelle? Because it's seriously just Annabelle is just a Raggedy Ann doll. So who's the real Annabelle?
She at home. Her stunt doubles on tour.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Because remember, like some of these shows, you know, there won't be the actual thing on tour. It'll be like a replica or something. Like they did it with King Tut. They're currently doing it with King Tut in the Biltmore because the last time
King Tut?
at the Biltmore, no, it's a replica.
Oh, that's rude.
It says it. Well, in all fairness, it's in the fine print. You got to read. These are artisan replicas.
Dead person, like that's rude.
I mean, come on now.
I mean, but if you think about it, like they done took this man out his grave and they just got him on display. That's just weird.
Well, I mean, yeah. Considering that it was really grave robbing that they did. You know, they call themselves archaeologists. It was grave robbing. Let's keep it a buck. It was grave robbing.
It's no different than when they were stealing those black people out their grave and using them for the school to teach the doctors. It's no different.
Well, they still do that. They still use cadavers to practice on, you know.
Yeah, but at least they're donated now.
Yeah. Right. I don't know why that was funny to me, but yeah, at least now they're donated. You know, it's not just, we just gonna use grandma.
They're donated, and then when they're done, they're given either to return to the family or they're given an honorable burial and they're honored. They're not just.
For some reason, I thought you were about to say an honorable mention. Are they giving an honorable mention? Like, okay.
You be online too much.
I do. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Why is this? There we go. Okay. Phew. Y'all see, Sherry in the chat, I need you to be the producer for the show because look, Naomi is significantly younger than me and so much worse with technology than I am.
First of all,
why are all my co-hosts younger than me but worse with technology? I am an old man. I should be sitting somewhere with a flip phone, standing outside, shaking my fists at cars going by.
First of all, you're not old enough to be out in front of your door talking about who's on my grass.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not that much younger than you.
You know what? I honestly said, I am going to be Stanley from Friday. Like if I ever move, like that's why I can't have neighbors. That's why I'm out here by myself. Because if I would be Stanley, hey, excuse me, Naomi, as close as we are, as you know, we are friends. I don't consider you a coworker. You're not just a member of the Broken Army. We're friends. Okay. You would not want me for a neighbor, because I'd be the neighbor, be like, excuse me, could you get your dog off my lawn, please?
I'm like that.
If you were outside with a party and it was too close to my side, I would turn my sprinklers on.
Let me tell you something. When my neighbors throw parties all the time, and they park their cars right in front of my driveway, and I'm just be pissed because it don't look like I'm ever home.
Okay, yeah, you one of them. You better watch out. You better watch out, because you want to look home. You want to look like you home, because them YNs, they coming.
And they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. They come in
I
here.
believe that. I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, we can talk about it off camera or somewhere else. This is the morning show. The morning show is lighthearted. You know, I'm trying to find a way for us to play some music. I said I was going to fix that. I didn't. I did not get that fixed.
You gonna play some elevator music?
I'm gonna play something. But you know what I did get fixed though? Hold on, we're about to try it live on air. Hold on, you ready?
I'm scared.
You're afraid.
Did you hide all your folders?
Stop. Screen share. Ready? Okay. Look. All right. We've got the screen. We've got the screen shared now. Look at that. We got the screen shared. So everyone, this is the new website. Okay. This is a new website designed by Naomi here. All right. So
terrible at technology somehow.
Okay. A broke clock is right twice a day. You were just right that day. You were right that day. And so, when you go to trueconjure.com, it'll send you here. And this is where I have all my courses. Okay. I have all my courses. Now, this function right here is something I'm proud of. We have our own internal community here. So you come in here, and it's a lot like Slack, if you've ever used Slack. And you see there's discussion boards and everything over here. So, create you an account, come on in. Make sure you use your real email. Naomi, you know how many people will sign up for a webinar or something, and then they use a bootleg email. Then they're like, I didn't get the link. Could you send it to this email? I'm like, why do y'all do that?
Well, Apple lets you hide your email, but
so there, we got our own forums. And what I like about this is, I don't know if they can see across the bottom, because, both of our faces are over here. But down here, I mean, you can record voice notes for the chat over here, put pictures in here, all kinds of stuff. So I like it. Naomi did a good job. She did a good job, y'all. And we're doing a test webinar this evening at 7:30, something like that. So make sure you come on through, because you were noticeably absent through all the festivities yesterday, ma'am.
I was there, but I was in the background because I was tired. I got into bed at 8:30 last night, and I was so excited.
Okay, I thought I was the only one that did that.
I was excited. I was in the bed, drifting in and out of comas. It was great.
Sometimes Noonie, because Noonie, I don't know what it is, she wants to sleep with me all the time. And I'm like, oh, child, go. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm here. And there'll be times where she's out cold at 8:45, and I'm like, oh boy. Look, I don't even think about Call of Duty. It's like a fleeting thought, man, I wanted to hop on Warzone, but I can get this nap in.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'll be like, it's so much stuff I could do right now. No, I'm gonna turn the AC down and turn the fan on and rub my feet together.
Okay.
That's what I do
Yeah,
from time.
that is an option. Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh.
I'm these it's summer break. They tear me up over here.
Mm-mm. Wait a minute.
We went to PetSmart and it was like a whole adventure. Oh, it was a hot
I
mess.
thought I was the only one in the broken army with the zoo, but apparently you are right behind me.
No, I ain't even close. Every time I turn around, we discover a new animal.
I mean, y'all, hey, you over there y'all are like
I have one
collecting them over
dog
there.
and a child that acts like a cat and a child that acts like a dog.
Yeah, help me with this. All right, I got it. Look, Naomi, I'm so proud of what I got going on over here. I wish I could move my camera around so everybody could see. I have the chat and everything here. Okay. Then I've got YouTube open. And then there's TikTok. There's Kick. Oh man.
For a second there, you looked like you was losing your mind looking at the other screen.
I'm over here excited. Big Eye Say Prophet has a whole homestead. I do. I have chickens. I have some of everything going on out there. Somebody was like, hey, I went and got some eggs from a friend who has a farm. They were great. I'm telling y'all, farm fresh eggs are so different from grocery store eggs. They taste so much better. I think I'm gonna make that like a little swag bag when people come shop. You know, you come shop, you spend a certain amount, you get a dozen eggs.
That is an incentive.
You know how much money I'm getting? Like, I'm basically gifting you like $20.
Yeah, you giving us
Huh?
gold because the eggs is out of control right now. I
That's it.
knew we was in trouble when all the eggs was like $4. I was like, oh nah. Not Aldi.
Listen,
No.
let me tell you something. You know how y'all like to take pictures with money like it's a telephone? I took a picture holding up a dozen eggs. Like I look straight up Birdman.
You got 2 chickens like they.
Eggs called. I have a flock of 15, but 2 of them are roosters, so they don't count. So I have 13 hens.
To have chickens.
And the crazy part, they are so scary. I walk outside and they come running. And let me tell you, it sparks my Negro senses. Because when I have a bunch of birds running at me, I have to stop myself from breaking out running. Because I'm like, what we running for? These things don't bite, do they?
Yeah, they do.
And I'm like, oh Lord. But yeah, I have a bunch of chickens, and I get on a good day, if it's not too hot, not too cold, I can get a dozen eggs in one day. Now, I have some old chickens now. They're old for chickens. They're like 3. And so a couple of them might end up dinner.
Oh, that's good. Do they taste funny when they get older?
They are a little tough. So that's why have you ever seen have you ever eaten like a stewing hen growing up? You know, you roast them like, this is kind of tough. You gotta chew it a little more. Yeah, Natalie in the chat said crock pot. Yeah, you got crock pot.
Yeah, slow cook the old chicken.
You got crock pot them. You know, because yeah, they have a little extra chew to them, but they're very flavorful. See, the problem is most of the commercial chickens we eat now,
they're very young, yeah.
They're extremely young. They're like 12 weeks old. They're babies. Yeah, y'all let that sink in. Y'all let that sink in. They're babies.
They're wonderful babies. Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Let me tell you, I had stopped eating meat for like 4 years, and I had a bad day, and I was like, you know what would make my day better? Some hot wings.
Isn't it funny how hot wings are always indicative of a good time?
It kept me off the ledge. Like it made my day so much brighter.
Have you ever noticed that? I think there's a conspiracy theory we have just uncovered live on the Morning Coffee Conjure Cafe. Naomi, wherever there's hot wings, there's good times.
Yeah, I think Super Bowls wouldn't be nearly as fun if it wasn't for hot wings.
Oh my God! Listen, I have gone to a funeral repast. Listen, true story. Listen, I've gone to a repast after a funeral, and everyone's sitting there with the mashed potatoes, sad, but over by the hot wing bowl, it was like a whole separate occasion. People were laughing, telling stories about the recently departed. They put something in wings now.
Yeah, back in the day when KFC used to be not terrible, we used to go get the big tray of the hot wings that they used to have at church. I don't know what it was, but that was the best hot wings ever at church.
KFC used to have hot wings?
Yeah, they had the little separated wings. They were like breaded, but they weren't like sauced.
Mm-mm. No, see, a hot wing cannot be breaded. Okay, it has got to be just straight skin, fried, coated in butter, and sauced. That's it.
Yeah, a Pizza Hut had Wing Street. That was good.
I don't even count Wing Street. I was just telling my sister the other day, I didn't even know because there's a Wing Street down here. I never knew they were standalone restaurants.
I didn't know they were standalone restaurants either, because they was always connected to the Pizza Hut.
You're right. That's the thing. I thought it was just something that Pizza Hut made up. Because yeah. Because you got to watch these fast food places. Like McDonald's got called out, I think like 10 years ago, because they would say, we only sell 100% grade A beef. They would put it everywhere, but no one knew that McDonald's owned a company called 100% grade A beef. They owned their own meat company, and it was literally named 100% grade A beef LLC or whatever. And so when they said we sell only 100% grade, they were saying we only sell beef from our own company. And who knows what old bull you were eating.
Legal was like, it works.
Yeah. Like it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky, but it works.
Yeah, I can't mess with McDonald's. Last time I ate McDonald's, it made my tongue numb. I was like, yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I don't have any such issues with McDonald's. I love McDonald's. They love me right back.
No.
Yes, they do. I don't care what anyone says. McDonald's loves me, and I love them.
Back in the day, I used to go to when I was working out like a athlete, I used to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac meal and a side of chicken McNuggets.
Listen, again.
It was nourishing to my soul.
McDonald's, we were talking about hot wings. McNuggets also, good time. Wherever there's McNuggets, there's happiness.
Yeah.
And what's up, everyone? Sorry I haven't spoken to everyone. I see QB Peace over on TikTok. Links, Stewart, thank you for the gifts. Over on Kick, we got Nurse Laconda, Madrina Alicia, Sherry popping back and forth. I appreciate y'all. Wait, Sheree said, and their breakfast. Who's breakfast, Sheree?
McDonald's, because that's what we were talking about.
Listen, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people
said cardboard meats.
Steak bagel was the thing. I never had it.
That steak bagel, I mean, of course, it was like 4,000 calories by itself.
But I mean, the breakfast ain't worth it unless it's 4,000 calories.
Let me tell you something about, because see, I remember a time when McDonald's breakfast wasn't consistent, right? So you never knew what you were going to get when you walked in there. Sometimes you may get the little, because I used to always get the hotcakes and sausage as a kid. The hotcakes and sausage, they were life. They were life. And sometimes you get the little dark Mima cooked it too long patty. Sometimes you get the cooked just enough juicy, flavorful patty. You never knew, right? You never knew. But now, oh yeah, they have their consistency down. The biscuits are always on point, because sometimes you would get a crunchy biscuit, which other times it's great.
I don't.
But now it's consistent.
The only thing good about McDonald's breakfast is the McGriddles. Everything else is kind of
I'm with Lil Jeet in the chat. McDonald's is top tier breakfast. Shout out Lil Jeet. McDonald's is absolutely top tier breakfast. Absolutely.
I'm not a big breakfast person. I used to eat Whoppers for breakfast or a cheesesteak for breakfast. Like, I don't like breakfast.
Used to be a clubber, I see.
Yes, because in Germany, the club would close around 6 in the morning, and they would have like the gyros. They call them donors in Germany, and we used to go over there and get them. Oh
Euros.
my gosh.
Heroes. I forget. It's something like that. I used to call them gyros too.
Yeah, they call them, well, in Germany, they're doner kebabs, and they taste way better than the nonsense you get in America. But we be, drunk, and we stumble all over there and get us a giant, it's big as your face, fresh pita, fresh tzatziki sauce. And that's
See,
what we
that
eat for
is.
breakfast. That was Waffle House in Germany.
Listen, and shout out to old Atlanta. Any Atlanta natives here remember old Atlanta, where you can go to Buckhead and party till 6 in the morning? Shout out old Atlanta. It's not like that anymore. The
No.
close at a respectable time now. But shout out old Atlanta.
When I came back to the States, I was like, the club closed at 2. We wasn't getting to the club until 2.
Listen, y'all young folks started shooting it up. We got tired of that.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. There was no shooting it up in Germany, so that was fun.
The crazy part is Club 112. What up, Sherry? So the crazy part was little Atlanta history, okay? Because you're a transplant.
I am.
Atlanta history. Buckhead is old money, or used to be. Buckhead was old money, and you had a bunch of huge mansions there, but that's also where the club district was. And they got tired of the music and the crowds and everything. And so when you got all that money, you can constantly influence the politicians, and the politicians put in noise ordinances. Then eventually clubs had to close at 2:30, something like that. And so with that going on, that killed Buckhead. I mean, you saw a steady decline in Buckhead because they weren't getting all that extra revenue. And so the city wasn't getting all the extra revenue, but guess what? The people didn't care. The people didn't care because they had money anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what's the lady who wrote Harry Potter? What's her name?
J.K. Rollins?
Yeah. Okay. So do you follow her on any platform?
No, but I heard she was canceled for some reason.
Yeah, she makes a lot of anti-LGBTQ comments, right? She makes a lot of those. And the thing about her is she has said several times, I'm already as rich as I'm ever going to get. I don't care. Cancel me.
I mean, she only halfway canceled because we got a hold of it and made like, have you seen those young men that's running around with they wizard wands? No?
I've got mine right here.
It's a bunch of young men running around. And you would think they were talking about guns. He's like, you got that on you? Did I catch you lacking? And then he'll pull out his wand.
Listen, I thought about walking around, like going to the mall and being like, man, hold up. Hey, pull up. They better not pull up. I got that thing on me.
Oh, don't do that.
I got that thing on me. You know what I'm saying? But no, this is for the lights.
Oh, don't do that.
Look, you see that? Behind me? Look at that. I got that thing on me. Better watch out. But no, I brought up J.K. Rollins and what she said because that's how a lot of the old people in Buckhead felt. They were like, well, let the clubs die. Let the clubs die. We don't care. We got all our money. But they almost bankrupted the city that way too.
Yeah. They was like, well, you better figure it out what these property taxes.
Right. They absolutely did not care. They were like, listen, you had a whole community of Stanleys from Friday. They were just like, at least it's quiet.
I mean, I seen them people getting mad because they was gonna put a warming station in their neighborhood, and it was like, absolutely not, not them homeless people getting warm over here. Oh no. I was like,
Okay.
dang.
Exactly. I mean, it's terrible how money can influence things, because if you look on the bus stop benches, you'll see that there's a divider in there. So
Yeah.
it looks like they made it 2 seats, but in reality, they put that third bar in there so homeless people can't lay down.
Yeah, it's called hostile architecture.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I see people get mad when they put apartment complexes in next to their homes too, because they feel like that's where the riffraff is gonna be at.
Mm. In reality, the riffraff is in their house playing video games.
It's in their basement.
It's in their basement, coming upstairs, writing their name on the orange juice. Talking about
Who
nobody
was
better
it? I think
touch
it
my
was Cobb
juice.
County or Fulton County. They was talking about these multifamily houses are ruining the schools. I'm like, oh Lord.
Mm-mm.
The
Don't think
multifamily
that's it.
households are the best.
Like, I
Children
don't think
are
that's it.
supported there.
Lord have mercy.
You know, because if mama don't get you, Aunt TT, uncle go whoop you.
We should bring corporal punishment back. I mean, within
No.
reason.
What?
But in schools, yeah. I remember being in school, teacher could whoop you. Teacher be like, get in that bathroom. That was the worst.
Maybe
Because
you
now
are old.
everyone knew you. If the teacher said get in that bathroom, she was gonna grab that yardstick. And then I also went to Catholic school early on,
Okay, that
and
makes
nuns are mean.
yeah.
Nuns are mean.
Nah, because I'm just thinking about them trying to whoop kids in New York. That's not a thing. Especially now, these
Bring it
these
back.
elementary kids are just as big as you are.
Why are children getting so big, but then they stop growing at like 12?
No, they don't.
They speed grow until they're 12, and then that's it. Nothing else.
Girls do that. Girls will grow until they about 14 and then they stop growing. The boys just continue to grow forever.
Yeah, but we stopped socializing.
Oh yes.
Someone
Yes.
someone said that, and I was like,
Yes.
it's so true. They were like,
They don't
men will
shut up.
meet, like dudes meet 3 friends when they're 12, and then they're done socializing the rest of their lives. Like, that's it. Like, we have our day ones, and then that's it. Although Black Cat, Scents and Fragrances, my Call of Duty Warzone crew. But other than that, I don't know.
Not GMO kids, Sherry.
GMO kids, right?
Yeah, because my nephew, he was like 10, 11, 12. He would just nonstop talk. Now he don't talk at all. Like I don't even see him. He don't come out his room. He'll FaceTime me when he wants some money though.
Wise Fox said hormones in the food making everyone mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, maybe,
Maybe.
but I know it's not in the chicken. Eat more chicken, people.
It's in the
Eat more
milk.
chicken.
It's in the milk.
But yeah, it's not in the chicken. You know what's funny? As you know, a farmer myself. Okay, as a farmer, so people swear that they put hormone in chickens. That's why chickens are so big now. But no, this was actually an accident that happened like 100 years ago that we just rediscovered like maybe 20 years ago. So about 100 years ago, they found out if I breed this breed of chicken to this breed of chicken, they grow stupid fast. But see, back then, we were in the things for the long haul. Like every so often you would eat a chicken, but for the most part, that chicken would keep the bugs down and would give you eggs every day. And it's like, okay, eggs every day are worth more calorically and nutritionally than a chicken dinner every so often. And so when these chickens grow this fast, they have heart attacks and die. They're like, this is garbage. Like they're not giving any eggs. They die because the chicken doesn't lay eggs till like 8, 10 months old. So they're like, they die before they lay eggs. Let's just never breed these again. And so they didn't. But like 10 years ago, someone was going through it and they're like, oh, huh. And they found out.
Hot wings happened, and then they was like, we can use this.
Like, wow, you mean these things, we can slaughter them in 12 weeks and they're tender and they're juicy? And now I got to raise some chickens. I'm gonna raise some meat chickens. So when you come to King Lou's Hoodoo Shop to shop in person, not only you spend over $50, you get a dozen eggs, but every first of the month, if you come shopping, first weekend of the month, fried chicken dinner, homemade by my sister.
Fried chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't kill a chicken though.
I'm a Polero. And I'm a root worker. So let me tell you, we send them to the upper room.
I went fishing one time and never again.
We send them to the upper room right here. Listen, like, okay, so many of the marketeers will be like, oh, well, we don't do that in hoodoo anymore. Yeah, we do.
Anymore.
Yeah, we do.
Do y'all use doves too?
Yes. Oh, yeah. But see, the crazy part is more a love working. Because if you name, with of course, like some holy water, right? You get some holy water, like, in the name of the Father, the Son, I baptize you, and I name you Naomi. And then Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and the other dove, I name you Claude. And then you release both doves, then that is a peace working to stop, you and Claude from fighting in the house. Or you could send the doves to the upper room to cause fighting in the house, because then you're breaking the peace.
Oh, that's messed up.
Well, there are other ways to accomplish it. You don't have to always send animals to the upper room with Jesus.
The upper room.
The upper room. Yeah.
That's terrible. We killing animals. I can't do it. I can't. I mean,
first of all, it is a constitutionally.
I can if I need to.
It's a constitutionally protected practice. One, because it is a part of a religion. But two, it's not like it's all the time. It's that we do it all the time anyway. You were just talking about how hot wings make things better.
I mean, I guess I can, because I do cut the spine out of a whole chicken and cook it.
Do you think they pluck the wings off? Like, here you go, they'll regrow. Thank you. Let's go out and harvest these wings. No, they. As you were singing this morning, they go out there with their Bethlehem, and they were like, bing, buck, boom, buck, boom, buck, bing.
They had the thing upside down, and thing be flicking around.
Oh yeah. So what's funny?
Don't ever watch the slaughterhouses. You never want to eat that stuff again.
Look, I will eat them with some wings. Like,
You like that little girl
from farm to table.
Talking about hamburger, cheese on mine.
Listen, hey, listen, it's a circle of life. Didn't you ever watch Lion King?
Yes.
It's the circle of life, Naomi. Shoot, I mean, one of these days, science is going to be able to hook machines up to a plant and go, oh my gosh, they feel pain. What y'all gonna eat then?
They do feel
just
pain.
Air.
Onions be attacking your eyeballs. Grass be yelling out, help. We be like, ooh, that smells so good.
Look, listen. Speaking of grass, so when I was driving up to Atlanta this last go round, there's this solar power farm off to the side. I mean, it's just solar panels everywhere. And they had a bunch of goats. And I said, oh my God. And my sister was like, don't even. And I said, she said, don't even. I said, when we get back home, I'm looking up some goats. Because I know, like, there are places you can rent goats. And they will drop the goats off on your property to like clear up all the, because goats can eat poison ivy, they can eat thorns. They literally drop goats off to clean your property up. And I'm like, you know what? And one thing, I hate being told what I can't do.
That's why I was laughing, because it's like, what shenanigans?
She was like, don't do it. And I said, I bet you I do. I bet you I do. I bet you.
Be happy until they eat something you actually want.
I bet you I'm going to go to www.buysomegoats.com right now. Let me see.
They're so cute, though.
The only problem with goats is you can't keep them off your property. Shout out Nakia for the Cash App. Oh, and shout out Nikki from yesterday. But see, the thing is, like, don't tell me I can't do something, because now I'm gonna do it just to spite you. And now we got 500 goats, and that's your fault.
Yeah, that's how you get me to do something. Somebody told me that I was gonna make it to basic training, and I was like, okay.
Sometimes I just have to take a L, depending on what it is. Like, they're like, whew, Lou, I bet you won't jump off that building. Well, you know what? I bet you I won't. I bet you won't skydive. Like, sometimes that reverse psychology ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
I bet you're not gonna jump off that building. I bet you I won't either.
I wanted to skydive. I wanted to join the airborne team, but my knees said otherwise.
You want to jump off a perfectly good airplane?
Yes.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's like you know, it's a part of being it's like a cool kids club in the Army. So I wanted to be a part of the cool kids club.
I ain't got to be that cool.
But all the cool kids got knee problems now.
Yeah, I bet they do.
I mean, we all got knee problems, but their knee problems is worse.
Look, I'm trying to add to the Kick viewers. So y'all, me and Naomi were like, I was like, I'm going to be able to edit this stream and do stuff on the fly. And she said, I'll never be able to do it on the fly. I said, yes, you will. Got to figure this out.
I ain't say never, because I know better than to tell you no.
Never say never. We're going to be able to do this. Now, let me see here. Widgets. Spectator count. Look at it. I got it. Watch this. I'm about to do it. I'm literally adding this on the fly. This is happening in real time.
He said he made it seem like he's so advanced with the technology. He just be breaking stuff and moving stuff around.
There we go. Look, I did it. Did you see that? I just did that. I just did it. Look at that. And eventually, I'm going to have it so where you can see what I see instead of having to look down at your phone. I got to figure that out.
I got it on my TV.
Okay. What did you just do to your audio? Because it was super clear just then.
I didn't do anything. I didn't move.
You know what? I think once you get above a certain octave is when it starts to get echoey. Look, I'm
like just whisper.
I'm going to try that with every woman in my life. Like, wait, no. Wait. Perfect. Right there. Stay right there.
I don't know. So the thing is with me, don't do the silent game, because I'm a pro at the silent game. I will forget you are. I will forget you exist.
Well, see, that's the ADHD superpower.
Yes.
You know, like, things have to be in front of us in order for it to be like a permanent thing. Because once you go like around the corner, it's like, Who?
One time I forgot I had an Instagram and I went a whole year without posting. I was like, well, dang.
That's like me now. I forget because that is why I had you do that platform for me because I had too many, and it's hard to keep up with them, and have a Noonie and a Wreck-It Ralph. And so I'm like, no, we gotta pare this down a little bit. I wish there was like a little viewer thing that I could do for TikTok, but TikTok is real stingy with their API, so they don't allow people to do widgets with their stuff. It's hard to get a stream key so that you can stream the TikTok like this.
Yeah, I don't blame them because people be messing up stuff.
They are real stingy. What's up, Virgo? I see you there. Virgo, Naomi, remember when we were talking about, or well, no, this was like last night's stream, but you've been present when I've talked about this, how the text line is no longer a thing because people text me all times
I
of
was
night.
on when you said that.
Yeah. And so there was a person who texted me at like 1:30, and then the next day was like, I thought I'd heard from you by now. You know, one of those. So Virgo, my favorite 7-year-old, decides to text me. Well, let's see. Let's see when this thing, you know, when people think y'all cool like this, they just violate. What time? 2:13, Virgo. 2:13. Hey, I'm over here, and I'm like, I wasn't even up. I was like, but I woke up for something else. And every time I wake up during the night, I check my phone. And I'm like, Virgo. Okay. Like 2:13. Virgo text me at 2:13 in the morning. Good gracious of life. But you know that's what happened. That's what happened when you're young.
You up?
No.
Oh, I can't. I have to put my phone on do not disturb. I have my siblings in my favorite, so if they call me, everybody else, you gotta wait to working hours because if I hear a ding, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna be mad, and I'm gonna be sitting there angry. I sleep so light.
Really? Okay. Noonie sleeps like, look, Gen X 31. Other than a night worker, what human works literally 24 hours there? Yeah, not me. Not me. So, is that a lottery number you should play? Which one? 213? Y'all play 213. Look, Brock says object permanence is a whole thing. Listen, people will go to the upper room and they wonder, like, why aren't you that sad? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they went. I forgot they went. Thanks for reminding me. Now I'm sad.
Now I'm sad.
Because you just reminded me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway. You know what? That's real because I picked up my phone the other day and I was like, let me text my mom. She's not here. I go to the altar.
Oh my gosh. I have heard people do stuff like that, right? And I've never done that. Like with me, I know, like if you've passed away, I know you've passed away. I may say, oh, I wish this person was here so that I could tell them this or show them this. But I've never like forgotten that someone, you know, has gone to the upper room.
I didn't forget. I just was like wanting to tell her something. And I was like, yeah. She's still in my favorite. So I'm not going to take out my favorite. She's still in there. So I'm just going to leave it in there.
Yeah, well, I get that. I
just go over there, you know, to the altar and, you know, get on her nerves.
like you get on mine.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I am kidding.
It's a pleasure and a joy to get on your nerves.
Sometimes people find it funny. I found people find it funny. They think, oh, I'm gonna get on profit, and then when I get mad, I'm like, I'm gonna turn you into a frog. Like, oh, I was just joking.
I mean, I'd rather be a cat. You know, cats live great lives.
Like when I go and buy a pair of panties and start slathering them with sardines and hanging them up in a tree, then people be like, I was just joking. Right, well, enjoy this jokey joke.
Oh,
that's funny. I'm laughing. Because that causes some issues. So if y'all have a lady in your life that you just particularly are no longer fond of, go and buy a pair of panties. It can be cheap ones. You don't have to go to Victoria's Secret. All right, just go buy some regular old Hanes, big white cotton period draws. Okay, and then write their name in them. Get you some sardines. Smear the sardines in the front of the panties. Go out into the woods and tie them up in a tree. And eventually she's going to go, I don't. She's going to notice she got a little twang to herself. Then other people going to start noticing she got a little twang. And then she going to go to the doctor. And the doctor be like, you got a little twang. And they're not going to be able to fix the twang. It's just going to be twanging.
I wish I had the button so I can go beep, 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 beep.
Oh, what?
Just because why would you put that out there?
Why not?
And you know what? It won't even be the men.
Yeah, it's not my fault women, y'all can't get along with one another. I have never seen groups of women that, look, you see these shows like Girlfriends. What are these shows where women just hang out together? That don't happen in real life. Y'all are like solitary creatures. Men, listen, like who else? Who is in here? Skybox Kenny, me and Brock can show up at a party, have on the same outfit and be like, what up, bruh? Hey, you got it too? 2 for $20, right? Dap each other up, be cool. Women will show up at an event with the same dress on, and y'all will stare daggers at each other the entire night.
That's not, well.
And swear she did that on purpose.
You know what's funny? That's not true because the girls be in the voice chat. We be in the voice chat cutting up like we known each other forever. It's just that we don't live in the same spot.
Listen, the problem is? Look, and Brock said, see, and it's war for a decade. Absolutely. Listen, I don't know what it is. Men go to work, we clock in, we go home. We go to work, we clock in, we clock out, we go home. Women, I've never met a woman that did not have some be on her job that she can't stand. And that's not me saying that. That's how y'all put it. That be on my job, I just can't stand.
Oh my gosh. That's insecure women. When insecure women get together, it's war. But if you don't care.
Because as soon as y'all come home, it's like, let me go ahead and get my coffee because I need to hear what Shaquisha done did today.
I never really had those problems because most of the time I was one of the only women and I made the men mad.
Look, Brock chat. I told you that beat was crazy. See?
Give me the tea.
And the funny thing is, right, as men, we just gotta grunt through it. We just gotta endure it because y'all never look at what we were already engaged in at the time. Be writing an award-winning novel, and it's like, so are you listening to me? Yes. What is it? And then we've got to sit there and go, oh no, for real? What? Hey. So what you had said? Man, that's crazy.
That's hilarious. I never did that because when I come home, I don't want to talk anymore because I'm peopled out. When I worked in the hospital, I used to get home from work and my son be like, Mom, and I'm like, no, please leave me alone.
I don't think you're allowed to say no in response to mom.
No, it don't matter.
Take some Robitussin. Take some Robitussin.
Oh God, that boy been talking since as soon as he learned words can come out his mouth, he's been talking. W's
in the chat for Naomi because that won like the internet for me today. Mom, no. Like W's in the chat for Naomi. That win. Okay, that right there. That made my day. Mom, no. I don't think you can do that, but hey, that's amazing. That is amazing. Mom, no. Oh, hell. That is awesome. Anybody else? Anybody else cool with that? Y'all rock with that as well? Mom, no. No. I'm done. I am done.
People sit in a car. That's what people in the garage before they come in the house. They just sit there.
You know what? Okay. So my sister does that. I have caught her. Listen, I have caught her because we've got a gate where y'all always make fun of me because I'm always having to run to go get the Walmart. And so I have caught her at the gate, just sitting. And I'm like, what you sitting for? Every so often, I see Snackage. And I'm like, you know what? But if that ain't some dirty, dirty pool right there, that is some dirty pool. I'm sitting here with these hellions, Noonie, Wreck-It Ralph. I'm here with them. And you get the snack and have me time. I don't get me time.
You just need to taste whatever it is that you're trying to taste before Noonie comes and says,
Look, no, numb. That's the numb. We taught her yum early. And it's numb. I have even there was I was standing at the bathroom sink, brushing my teeth. Noonie walks up, yum. And I'm like, no, this is I'm not looking. I'm like, this is toothpaste. This is not a yum.
She
I
said
look down.
Like you're enjoying it.
No, I looked down. Naomi, she had climbed up on the table and grabbed a sausage patty. She literally did have a yum. I'm like, no, Noonie. How do you trust feeding them? Because in my mind, I'm like, they're about to choke on everything.
They do choke, and then you let them recover it. And if they can't recover, then you help them.
That don't sound right.
Is
that really?
Yeah, that's how my kids learn.
Steph 67 level over on TikTok said, I do that also. I'm a nurse and a mom of 3. I totally understand that. And that was agreed with by Mel Zua. What's up, JoJo?
We can't raise no. You gotta raise them tough.
So you just let the babies choke and then hope they spit it out? I don't think that don't sound choke. Right.
You kind of let them learn how to recover it on their own. My first son was a preemie and he was 5 pounds. I used to have to sit him up and feed him through these little tubes because he would choke. Yeah, he was a tiny little thing. All head, no body.
I don't know. Cause I crossed over twice. Once I choked on a French fry, and the other one I choked on something else. And I'm like, Mom, I'm seeing a pattern here. Me as a child.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
How
you choke on a French fry?
I choked on a grit one time. Why does everybody laugh when I say that? Yeah, I choked on a grit. Well, yeah, a grit. One. I don't know. It got somewhere, and I was like, I choked on a grit. Look, Miss White. Oh my God, a hard head makes a. So I don't think choking applies to that, Miss White. Miss White said, "You gotta learn." Oh my God, I don't think.
See, you needed to learn how to recover your food.
There, that's what we're gonna put that stuff. Learn a new layout, y'all, for the streams. Look, see, Nurse Laconda says, "Don't give kids round peppermints." My son choked twice, had to do Heimlich. I forbid round peppermints in my yeah. See, And see, that's oh man, I think that's why Wreck-It Ralph is such a picky eater now, because he was like the first child.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about kids. My sister knows nothing about kids. I have learned dramatically in 3 years. Sister's still feeling her way through it.
I mean, that's how most
when When he
I mean,
would bite food,
when
oh,
I had my son, and then I had a gap, and then I was like, man, I got to relearn everything because apparently I forgot.
Naomi, I don't think child rearing is a topic we'll ever bring up again because mom, no. Hey, what if they choke? You just gotta let them do it and see what happens. I'm kind of worried now about what's going on over there in the Naomi household. I'm not, hey, I ain't gonna snitch on you. I ain't gonna snitch on you, but I'm a little worried now.
Whatever. You see my children; they look healthy and happy.
Yeah, they do. They do, but whew, oh man.
But did they die though? No.
I don't think that is like a child rearing philosophy. But did
Are
they
you
die
you
though?
grew up? You a Gen X? That's like how y'all was raised.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
used to come home by yourself with a key.
Thank you for the gifts, JoJo. Yeah, you're right. We had a key to the house. You're absolutely right. But also, I mean, I mean,
I've been taking care of
we
children
we
since
had
I was
we
9
had
years
hot
old.
pockets. Um, we ate bologna. We had we had a lot of snacks. Now, true, they did let us play outside during the missing and blank children scandal in Atlanta. But and I asked my mom about that. I said, Wayne Williams allegedly was out here doing all that, and y'all still in the summertime like go outside.
She
Just
said, "Go
take just
outside."
just take your brother with you. Like my brother is several years behind me. He was a hindrance if I needed to run. And I'm like, well, uh, you know, um, because I was like kidnapped like 4 times as a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'm a
I am
sucker
the
for a
oldest
bike. I love a
of
bicycle.
all the children. I've been taking
Terrible
care of
joke.
children since I could reach the sink.
Look, Madrina in the chat says, y'all had Hot Pockets? Yeah, we made them ourselves. We had the little sandwich machine that you put a piece of bread down on.
Y'all had a sandwich machine?
Yes. Man, you know how long them things been around?
No, we ain't had that.
You put the white bread on there, and then you put the spaghetti sauce. Look, infomercials were a thing back in the day. You put the spaghetti sauce on there, then you sprinkle some whatever meat you may have, leftover sausage, some cheese, you put the bread on there, and you put it on there until the light turns green. Then it's like, okay, great. Sandwich is done. Have a good one, Brock. Appreciate you coming through.
No, we didn't. I mean, I guess because New York City apartments are like Matchbox, so you can't really have all these fancy appliances. You got a microwave and a stove, and a big pot and a pan.
So I found out that y'all are not like up in New York, like allowed to just have generators. Like if you want a generator, you've got to like have a special license or something.
Where you gonna put it? On the fire escape?
Well, ain't nobody tell y'all to have like 85 million people in 3 blocks.
I mean, but those buildings are built very well. Very well. But we used to lay out the blankets on a fire escape in the summertime and just lay on them outside. It was nice because there was no AC.
Look, JoJo over on TikTok says, I always wanted hamburger helper. My big mom didn't play the everything from scratch. Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, we didn't have hamburger helper.
Everything was from scratch. And it was crazy because Big Mom was a great cook, but not everything, when you cook from scratch, not everything is a banger. Not everything is a banger. Okay. And I'll be honest, not everything is a banger because the Big Mama's breakfast was like McDonald's back in the day. It was never really consistent. Okay. Sometimes you would get some awesome biscuits. Other times you get some that about maybe that thick that you could tell Big Mama just threw together some flour and water and prayer about that thick or whatever. Um, Sometimes you get grits. Sometimes you get rice. You know, but everything, she cooked everything. Wasn't no quick grits. Wasn't no, yeah, I'm a Big
So
Mom
y'all wasn't eating
early cook.
cereal.
Very rarely did we. We only got cereal in like the summertime. When it was like us making our own breakfast because Big Mom worked too. So the big breakfast was mainly. That's why I'm not really a breakfast person now, because during the school year we didn't get breakfast.
Yeah, we I
Let
didn't
me get
get
breakfast.
breakfast during the school year. We had Sunny Delight and a banana.
I remember every so often getting Sunny Delight, and it was like,
I miss
wow,
Sunny Delight. It's
wow.
tastes like
I
powder.
had to go to my friend's house to get some of those like foods you see on TV because we never really got them. You know, like
Oh
my cousin would have like Little Debbie's. We never had Little Debbie's because I was a fat kid and my mom would not buy stuff because I would eat it all up.
yeah, we used to go across the street and get them little 25-cent cakes, some Swiss rolls.
We went to the candy lady.
Well, me and my sister, we were in the park because my stepdad played basketball, so we were playing all day.
Now Gen H 3131.
It is the thickest juice. It is.
Listen, Sunny
Almost as
D.
thick as Hawaiian Punch.
Oh man, Hawaiian Punch. I think is like for people who like want to practice being a vampire because that stuff. It is. You ever try to drink Hawaiian Punch warm? It clots.
Ugh.
Remember when it used to come in a can and you
Hawaiian
had to
Punch,
like punch
it
the
tastes like
holes in the
it has
cans?
liquor in it. That's what it tastes like.
Okay, I don't drink anymore, but I'm glad you said that. Have you ever had like a juice or a smoothie and like this thing would be so amazing with some vodka?
Most things are amazing with vodka.
Touche. Tahitian treat. Yeah, Tahitian treat would like do that. Do that thing in the back of your throat where it's like drink too
Yeah,
much
we
of
used
it.
to drink Twister and red Grey Goose because that stuff was thick too.
Gen H 30. I would water Hawaiian Punch down for my niece to make it last longer. See, the country
You can do that with some ice. It tastes great.
Let me tell y'all something. Look, I think that's why, like now you'll see, like the splash version of juices. All they did was water it down. But that's the thing. My sister will water down apple juice and stuff for like Wreck-It Ralph and Noonie. I give it to them straight. Straight up apple juice, and they swing from I do it before she get home. Like, here y'all go, sip, drink this. And then she's like home, like, hey, welcome. By the time it takes me to listen to what happened at her job, the juice starts kicking in. And then I come back here to do some work. They be in there giving her the business. You hear me? That juice done kicked in.
But you know what the thing is? They go up real fast, but they crash even faster.
Yeah. It is what it is.
My son used to drink water until it was his aunt. She gave him juice, and he was like, "Bump this water." He never drink water again.
Once you find out as a child that there are other beverages out there, okay? Like Coca-Cola. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And see, my granddad worked for the state capitol. He ran the printing press for the state capitol. And, they would have so many vending machines around there. They would store the sodas down in the same area where he did the printing. So my granddad would often discover surplus sodas by the case. I look back now, I'm like, this is obviously before surveillance cameras and stuff. Like we'd go to my grandparents' house and there would be cases of sodas piled up. And so we never learned soda conservation. It's like, I'm just going to drink sodas all day long. I'm like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of kids. I'm just like, like just double fisting Fanta orange back when Fanta only came in orange and grape back then. I'm drinking all this stuff. I'm like, man, and you offer me water. You must be poor.
Yeah. I think I didn't really start drinking water till I got to the South. And we used to just drink Sprite and quarter waters, we call them in New York. They like the little huggy drinks.
Oh, the little hugs.
Yeah, that's what we drank. I never drank water because you go to the store where the 25-cent, you're not buying no little water. You buying
I refuse to buy water now anyway. It falls free from the sky. Y'all want me to pay for water. I refuse.
Yeah, but New York tap water is sus.
I mean, that's technology going backwards. There was a time when every city had to be built next to a stream or a river so that the population of the city could get water, or we had to go forage through the woods looking for water. And now we can go get water from every, like, multiple taps in the house, and you want me to go buy water? No,
Yeah, I haven't bought
no.
water since I got water coming out of my refrigerator. I haven't bought water.
And you know why else I don't drink water, Naomi?
You don't drink water?
No. Fish have sex in there. And on that note, Naomi, why the face? What?
The same water that's used to make your monsters and Mexican coffee.
The addition of the chemicals and caffeine negates all that. Fish have sex in water. I don't drink it.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's
What's up, Sandra Lachey over on TikTok? We were just talking about why I don't drink water.
that's the
It's not gonna happen.
craziest I've ever heard. I've heard people say it don't taste good.
Whatever. Judge me not, lest ye be judged.
I guess I'll be judged because I'm judging you.
We listen. Look, people say we listen and we don't judge. I judge. I absolutely do.
We listen and we silently judge.
We silently judge. I may not voice my judgment, but I'm totally thinking something slick about you. As soon as you say something, like thinking something slick.
I can't even hide it because my face is. I've gotten written up for my facial expressions.
Yeah, I believe it. Because our first podcast, that's all you gave us.
I was given facial expressions.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Look, Ms. White in the chat talking about fish don't do the do. Right. The female fish swims down, squirts her eggs out, and then the male fish squirts on top of her eggs. So it just floats in the water. All them leavings are in the water. So absolutely not.
It's
Gross.
nutrients. What are you talking about?
Ew, on that note, Naomi. Oh my God.
What? It don't stop you from drinking coffee. Coffee
Okay,
has
yeah.
a certain level of bugs in it.
Somebody just clipped that. We're talking about leavings in the water. You saying they're nutrients. Your DMs are about to be something serious. Your DMs are about to be something serious. I'm letting you know right now. Dude's about to fall in there some other. Looking for some vitamins.
I don't have DMs.
Mr. Earl about to tear your DMs up.
I only respond to cash notifications.
I've said that before. Like, okay, the text line, you can still text me, but we have to communicate through Cash App. Ladies, this is what y'all should say. Look, when a dude's like, can I have your number? Like, let's continue this conversation via Cash App.
And they will. That will work in the gas station too.
Ew, Sherry, milky water. Ew. All right, well, the show's over now because I'm in actuality, I need to go start thawing out rats. Today's feeding day for the snakes. It is feeding day. I start thawing out rats and mice. And then get ready for maybe a Hoodoo and Hanks podcast tonight.
Yay.
I don't know. But because, I'm a prophet. I'm a global icon and a national treasure. Okay, I absolutely am. But I'm also black. And y'all done got an hour and 15 minutes worth of work out of me today. So I don't know if y'all can get any more work tonight. We'll see. We'll see. And will y'all stop sharing videos of me?
What?
No, like random people will like send me a video on like either TikTok or Instagram. It's different if like my friends send me stuff, but random folks be like, hey, look at this. I'm like, who are you? I'm like, I have no idea who you are. Why are you just randomly sending me a video? I'm not about to watch it. But I love you though. Thank you for your support.
that yeah, I think I have that problem. Well, I don't have that problem, but my dog has a TikTok and it gets weird over there.
You want to share your dog's TikTok before we get out of here?
She is Halo, the service diva.
You know what? Send it to Key. Send it to me over on DM it to me on Discord, and I will screen share it.
Yeah, y'all need to follow my dog so y'all can help me pay for her because she mad crazy. She be eating me. She done bit me like 8 times. She act like she the owner of this
You got
house.
bit by your own dog?
She teething. She's a
Oh,
German
okay.
Shepherd. That's what they do.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm about to say I ain't gonna have no dog that bite me.
She's so cute though. She'll bite you and then she'll look up at you like, "Don't you love me?" And I
I'm
do.
like, no, I'm about to be wearing your ears like a Davy Crockett hat. You'll be staring back at me from the inside of that nganga.
That's rude.
Absolutely. But yeah, I will try to make a community post where you guys can follow Naomi's dog. She has decided against sharing her social media for some reason.
That is my social media.
She wants to keep Mr. Earl out of her DMs. Okay, well listen, I told you. Can you send it to me now and I'll put it on the screen so people can follow you before we get out of here. On Discord.
Okay. Oh, you want me to send it right now?
What does now mean?
Look, don't get snarky with me.
Did y'all hear me say send it to me now? Did y'all hear that? It's like,
God.
You mean right now?
I mean, come on.
Gosh.
Jeez. God.
I'm trying to get these rats thawing, get some breakfast, and start Call of Duty for the day.
Stop your bloody crying.
Jeez. Yeah, go ahead and cash at me now. Right now? Like, yes, somebody says now, we mean right now.
Oh my goodness.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh my goodness. He's so rude, y'all. And then he be mad when I be picking on him because it's my duty.
I am a gentle soul just out here doing the Lord's work. That's it.
And guys, he had the nerve to talk about when did you get all this personality? I've always had it. Y'all just was talking about some stuff I don't know about because I don't do relationships.
Y'all have no idea. Did y'all remember the first Hoodoo and Hanks podcast? It was me, Coco, Naomi, and Voldemort. Okay. Naomi never said anything. She did just what she did, that just giggled. Or just I'm just kidding. I called her Voldemort.
What did I say? Limerence. Y'all looked at me like I was.
Yeah, like I had no idea what the hell the word limerence meant. No idea.
I was having a relationship. Yeah, I had blonde hair and I was quiet.
I don't even remember what you said limerence meant.
It's when you infatuated with people. It's like
Discord is not pulling up for some reason.
Oh no, you broke it.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, you can do that.
She's Halo, the service diva. Y'all support my baby dog. I'm gonna be on there eventually. Once she get her shots, we'll be going on eventually. She don't have shots yet, so I don't want her to die.
And then I'm gonna figure out how to play us some music on here.
Yeah, we gotta get some elevated music on.
I know.
To enjoy my black coffee with.
Because see, when I do it this way, there's like, okay, Okay, Naomi, say something.
Something.
Can y'all hear the music?
No, we can't hear the music.
No, I know you can't. I'm asking the chat.
The yacht music.
Can y'all hear the music? Okay, can y'all hear me and Naomi? It's low. Is there any echoing of my voice or her voice?
Oh, it's picking up both.
I just want to make sure that you can hear my voice, hear your voice, and it's not doubling or echoing. Voices are clear, no echo, and y'all can hear the music. Okay. All right, so we got this.
Why can't I hear the music?
Because the sound is being pumped through Discord, not through our podcasting software. Look, and then the funny part is everyone's like, it's low. It's background music, family. It's background music.
It's elevator music.
This is going to be our outro music. This is going to be our outro music.
The wrap it up music?
Yep. There we go. This is the one that was playing the other day. And somebody was like, the song is lasting too long. I'm like, it's on repeat, family. That's why. That's why. I was playing the other day. All right. Naomi, you got anything you want to close with? Because we're going to get out of here now. I got to go.
Thank you all for being with us this morning.
She going to be Russell Simmons at the end of Def Comedy Jam. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
We love you.
But we will see y'all next week. I forgot what day we said next week. Monday and Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right. Mondays and Wednesdays next week. We'll see y'all. All right. Y'all have a good one. God bless.
Later.